I got an important message for you today. And that's how you face your fears, gang. Alright? Go up there and do something you're uncomfortable with. Alright? And some people, they don't like to hear that because they're like, oh, I'm too comfortable. I like doing what I'm doing because I'm sitting in my little shell. Okay? And I'm going to tell you why you should try and avoid that. Because I'm going to tell you a little bit about something I did today that I was absolutely terrified to do, but I did it anyway. Okay? I'm going to kind of tell you how I did it and kind of why I came to that conclusion, right? So, if you guys have been watching me for a while, you know I'm religious. I'm a Christian. I go to church, and I love doing it. And I recently just got baptized. So, I was never baptized as a kid, so it was my first ever baptism. And it's kind of nice to do it as an adult too, because I don't know, I'm just more aware, I'm not like an infant without a conscience doing it. So, cool. And, I remember about a week after the baptism, I got a call from the pastor that baptized me, and he was like, hey, would you like to speak up in front of the church and tell them about, your baptism and how it felt and a little bit about you? And I'm like, immediately, I said yes, okay? And I know you guys are going to be like, wow, you're not that scared. Why would you say yes? And I'm like, okay, I said yes immediately because I know it's something I need to work on. And instead of going like, no, it's not really something I guess I want to do, I'm just not. And this is a church where there's like a group of, 50 people in there. And, talking in front of like even 5, 10 unknown people is insane, let alone 50, because this church I haven't been going to that long. And I was like, you know what? Instead of thinking about it so much like people do, because thinking is also procrastination in a way, just like perfectionism is procrastination. You wait for the perfect moment for something perfect to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not how it works, dude. And I was like, you know what? Sure. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Then he talked to me, asked me a few questions, gave me a runner-up, and I'm like, yeah. And I completely turned my brain off of it for it until it happened. So, I was thinking about off and on being like, you know what? I want to get good at public speaking. I'm going to be fine. I'm not going to die. That's what you got to think in those situations. You're not going to die. It might not be the best thought, but realistically, your mind's afraid because it thinks you're going to lose all your friends and you're going to die. That's how your mind thinks. That's just your instincts. And you got to avoid that, I guess, by not thinking about it. Like procrastinating on homework. That's why you get so much done right before the due date, because you got to get it done. And this, I don't really have an option. I'm not going to be the guy that, kind of just wusses out last second. And it was the morning of, and I was just trying my best not to think about it. And just like, okay, going to church, having a normal time. 20-minute drive to church. I drive to church, and I listen to uplifting podcasts, right? I listen to Chris Williamson a lot. He's like my go-to. Chris Williamson, if you ever want to hop on my podcast, let me know. I'd love to have you. If that, ever happened. But, either way, I was listening to one of his podcasts about, being authentic, because I think being authentic is one of the most important things to you guys on here and to my business. Because if I'm not authentic and I don't come off as a real guy to you guys, how are any of you guys going to want to be like a client with me or even consume my content? Because I'm just like fake, who likes fake people, right? And I think that's always one of my core values, so that's what I want to provide to you guys. Just makes sense. And as I went into church and church was going on, I started getting the butterflies and I started getting freaking terrified, dude. Like I haven't been that scared to do something in a long time. I was more nervous than I was to, do one of those PowerPoint presentations in high school, or in middle school, dude. The middle school ones were bad because that's when, you're just everywhere. So, I don't know. I was just thinking like insane, like just kind of going down that rabbit hole, and I caught myself and I was like, dude, I see what you're doing. You're not thinking great. You're going down that rabbit hole that we've talked about, we've meditated on. Don't go down it. And I pulled myself up out of it, and I just didn't think about it because I was getting nervous and I could feel myself getting nervous. I'm like, okay, why am I feeling this way? Oh, it's because I don't know like any people here, right? I know the one guy I got baptized with. That's it. I don't know anyone else. But are these people gonna like beat me after? No. right? They're not like, what's the worst thing that's gonna happen? I know my intentions, I know who I am, and I know what I'd say. I'm not gonna go up there and shout some like racial slurs, dude. That's not what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna be myself. And sure enough, some speakers went up there and showed me up and showed me how it's done. And I was like, oh crap, I didn't know other people are speaking. I just got showed up like crazy, right? And it was a group of people that clearly knew what they were doing. I'm like, okay, well, now it's, I guess I think it's my turn. And then they talked, and then pastor pointed at me, and I'm like, okay, let's do it. I walk up there, and I literally pulled out all of my TED Talk knowledge, and I locked in, dude. I immediately grabbed the microphone, and I was like, hey, I waved, and I made eye contact with, I guess, the audience, or just the churchgoers, and he asked me the first question, I just started talking. Just like I pretended I was doing a YouTube video. Because if you can't tell, I feel like I'm pretty good at talking to you guys on this YouTube video. Like, I can talk pretty well. So I just kind of pretended that. It was kind of weird. You pretend it's something you're not, like a person. Like, I pretended it was a person I was talking to. That's what I do with you guys. And I just yapped, And sure enough, like, after a minute, I started, like, enjoying it. I was like, I kind of like this. I feel like I should do this for a career. I'm like, oh, it's kind of already what I'm doing. I'm talking to you guys on YouTube, right? And oh my gosh, if I get big enough, I would definitely do like an event where I talk. But I feel like I need to get a bit smarter for that or something. I don't know, maybe. But I start talking. I get into my testimony, how I came to Jesus, God, and why I got baptized, who I got baptized with. Ian, shout out to you, my bro. And sure enough, it ended, and I said thank you, and yeah, the pastor said he was going to try to give me a call later tonight, so I don't know, he really liked it. And I remember after I went into the meeting room, not meeting room, but like it was like a little dinner area, I don't know what to call it, and having some cookies. Man, I haven't gotten so many compliments in so long, like it's different when it's just strangers like lining up Lily to talk to you. I felt like a celebrity, dude. I mean, they weren't lining up, and now I sound like I'm having an ego. And they were inflaming. My ego was like from right here being like, okay, I did okay going up there, and then it rose up here. But I'm trying to level it down because I want to be real with you guys and be real about how it was. But people are coming up to me and they're like, dude, you did really good up there, because right when I first walked up there, I immediately said, yeah, I don't usually do this, so just want to let you guys know. And that's the first thing they bring up to me. They're like, dude, you said you've never done that before. You did amazing. I'm like, maybe it's YouTube. I think YouTube probably is what's done it for me with my talking, because I never used to be good at kind of just yapping to myself like this, because technically I'm just talking to a camera right now. I mean, I might have, depending on how many views this get, like 5 to 500 views, somewhere in there. Some people might watch it and they might, get into it. But it's like, I can't tell you how good I felt after just like, even the initial thought of it going bad, I felt good after that. Like, I thought like after, like, maybe I didn't do that great. Maybe I said something I didn't, because I remember I sat down and I remember in the thing I said Jesus Christ, which I guess I'm still new to it, so I said something I probably shouldn't have. I guess I just said Jesus Christ out loud. I didn't go like Jesus Christ, I was like saying it in like, gave myself to Jesus Christ. I guess you're not supposed to do that in Northern. And one lady kind of sat down next to me and was like, when you said that, you sounded really confident. Most people, you can't really say that up here. And I was like, then I started overthinking about that, right? And that's how your mind goes. It just goes off and wanders into negatives and what could happen. And sure enough, I'm honestly just going to think of it as a new life experience and be like, okay, I'm going to prove myself to be more capable than I thought I was, And I think all you guys are capable of that too. It's just about taking the initial step and just not thinking about it and doing it, right? When you're speaking, you kind of have to think about it, but worst case scenario, you go up there and you cough up a few words and you go, yeah, I love Jesus. Whatever you're talking about, you're talking really quiet. If any of you guys have done that, I've done that. in my PowerPoint presentations or something, or you talk too loud. It's, yeah, I'm trying to get good at speaking, but it's something I would definitely love to do, especially with guys that kind of resonate with me. So, I mean, if there was ever a future where I got really big, I would love to do like a mastermind or something where people are just talking to people that kind of resonate with me and consume my content, because that would be cool. Even if it was like, because I have like, what, 190 subscribers right now? Like, man, that's 190 people that like listen to me. It's kind of weird to think about. I think you guys, all you guys out there should start a YouTube channel, because I'm not that interesting of a guy, dude. Like, I'm literally just a guy trying to start a fitness business, and I'm pretty young. Like, anyone could do what I'm doing. I'm not like insane, you know. But that's me, I guess. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great day. Face your fears. I love you.